Oh, EA. This time it's a whole country. Like EA is deciding to take on a country. Monsieur Wilson over there, the CEO, has decided to say, well, our games are not violating any loot box issues. When Belgium has told them, hey, loot boxes, we don't like them in our country. They've actually set out the mandate. Even 2K complied, even though they said, they told their fans to go beg the government to allow them, implement loot boxes. But EA said, no, we're going to take our stand. So there are possibilities that can go on. And Belgium is probably going to win. I've been reading the comments, kind of like checking what people are saying and what people are thinking. And actually, I saw a comment that somebody said, if EA even were to win, the next possible step that Belgium is probably going to take is to actually tweak the laws and just outrightly go against loot boxes all in all. And so here are possibilities, So what's happening is FIFA Ultimate Team and the whole loot box thing is EA's cash cow. EA shares are sitting at 3 digits right now, $100 and something a pop. I mean, they are really raking it in for a company that's got like a $35 billion, market capital and all that stuff. And I don't want to see EA go down the drain, but I have to address this because I've noticed something. EA has a PR problem. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they don't have guys that sit there that are, fixers that say, you know what, we don't need to throw this out there. I mean, I think companies have a department that's called Department of Fix It, And if they had one in EA, like an office that says, fix it on the door, and somebody was just there just to tell the executives, hush, don't say anything. Because here we are, another exec, the CEO was saying, our games, he made this statement, our games are actually something, and he said ethically designed and developed and implemented. Yes, those are the words. He said ethically developed and implemented. No one is saying your game isn't ethically developed. We're just saying that it's not ethically implemented in the sense that the Ultimate Team, the whole loot box thing is just not acceptable, especially because it does carry, a gambling model and children are involved. Now, there's a video that really sprung up in my mind when I was signing the agreement for Konami for view the agreements and the terms and policies. And even in Pro Evolution, there's a section of the agreement that says we do not knowingly collect information of children. Now, Konami is giving themselves a legal way out in their data collection of people. So I wanted to make a video just to say, if you're buying Pro Evolution or FIFA for your children, there's a side of responsibility that falls on you as a parent. You got to watch out for these things. If my son is saying, oh, he wants to play, these video games, I'll have to probably open an account under my name before, and have my data on there so that my child's information is not exposed to these corporations. And so that's just what we call responsible parenting and responsible guardianship. And Belgium is trying to actually implement this in order to guard its young minds. And there are many things that you can say about it, but the fact that the game is rated E, children are the major concern. And so I feel like EA needs to find a way to actually do good PR and probably just drop the whole loot box issue. But like I said, they don't have a department to fix it. Again, this also reveals that EA's mindset and EA's focus is on money-making schemes, money-making machines within games. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong in monetizing and upselling your customers. But whenever that now starts to become your major focus, you're going to lose sight of what is most important, especially when it comes to video games. And video games are always telling to see if there's any love shown in the development of a video game, or if it's just a plastic, thing. And so that's where EA, I think, is actually struggling right now. And they need to wake up, because honestly, if they continue to make these, these mistakes, it's probably going to cascade into a thing where many European countries outrightly say, you know what, no loot boxes for you. Who knows? This may be the turning point that EA actually needs in order for it to actually go and dig up a lot of the creative IPs that have been buried within this company. I mean, good IPs that would have served the gaming community, but agendas have taken over. And so we're yet to see where all of this goes. It's an interesting discussion. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. I am of the mind that EA is going to push for this, and it's going to backfire and cascade downward to all the other, all the other companies that want to, do loot boxes in most European countries. It's going to be a slow adoption, but eventually, I think Belgium is not going to be intimidated by one company. I think a government, that can make its own decisions like that and stand for itself is not going to look at EA. Is going to look at EA and laugh and say, really? So Belgium is not worried that if EA says, no, we're not going to do business here anymore. I don't think they're really worried about that because, Belgium is just one of those countries that has, its economy is, doing its own thing. It's not really, it's not really dependent on a tech company, one tech company like EA, a software company, not even a tech company, like a software, publisher like EA. So I think, all things being equal, we're going to see EA really expose themselves and kind of show their hand. And, there's nothing inherently wrong, like I say, with making money, but when you start doing that as your primary focus, you're going to lose sight of what is most important, and that is making video games. So we'll see how it all goes. The articles I have are in the links below. Please read them and leave in the comments what it is you think about EA's new predicament that it's found itself in. It may not be a predicament. They may even have, a legal strategy that they're probably trying to implement, and, they may even win. Who knows? At the moment, anyways, temporarily. But I don't think Belgium's willing to back down. Because if Belgium were to back down, then guess what? 2K is going to say, well, Belgium backed down, so why can't we implement our own loot boxes? And I wish EA would have just, walked away from this decision. Well, I'm not wishing. I bet you the other companies that are trying to implement loot boxes in Belgium are wishing that EA will back down and kind of keep things, quiet. But EA likes to make a lot of noise, especially when they're trying to warp reality and change it. They'll say really fun stuff like, our games are ethically developed and implemented. Yeah, right. Anyways, I'm out of here. Leave comments. Let me know what you guys think. Consider subscribing. And I guess I'll see you in my next video. Peace.